Hey, look at this. And this Deadpool, man. The assassin with the mouth. Oh my fucking god. He kind of looks like Spawn. Two characters, two of my favorite characters of all time. Right next to Wolverine, too. Even though he's short and he's stubby and strong and stuff like that. But I just like the character of Wolverine Logan so much, man. But they keep fucking it up, though. Because me, I'm a comic book fan, okay, and the comic books will always hands down win most of the lore when it comes to Marvel, okay, and also DC, and also Valiant, okay, and Dark Comics, okay. The comic books far exceed most of the movies and stuff that's out there. I just don't understand. Well, you got to get permissions. Yeah, I understand. You know, the best movie I've encountered and ever watched in my life was Infinity Wars. Okay, not the second one. Okay, and it's sad to say that comic books don't really usually shed a bright light on life. Okay, it's usually pessimistic, it's really dark, and it's realistic. Okay, and sad to say, even I was just getting to Spawn comic books like in 2013. I kind of like lost a lot of the lore, and I know about the Violator and some other characters, but he became my favorite of all times. I saw him in Mortal Kombat 11, and that shit blew my fucking mind. How they had his perfect the same guy. I think his name was I forgot his name. The guy who played the original Spawn in Todd McFarlane's movie, the realistic one, okay, and he played an excellent fucking actor. His accent, and his fucking personality is bubbly. But that's not what this video is about. I didn't say the intro. Did you notice that? And of course, yes, that's my daughter's baby doll on the floor. I'm just gonna leave it right there when she pick it up and put some blankets and stuff on there. It's so cute how my daughter acts. Okay. Other than that, people be trying to call me now. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna just leave her a message here. Okay. Wait. Show. I'll get back to her. And other than that, hold on. Let me see if I can do that. I'm gonna pause it for just a moment. And okay, hold on. No. Okay, yes, you can do it. Okay, so I paused it, and I came back and I handled that. I have Messenger bubble open Windows. Okay, and so the topic for today is very simple. I'm gonna try to keep it simple because I have some business to attend to today. Um, my experiences with single mothers and their superficial love for their children. Okay, so I'm gonna title this video "Superficial Love." Superficial love is more prominent in single mothers, but you don't really hear the father side because the single mothers was not raised properly. I don't blame the single mothers because this is what I learned after. Okay, let me see. Could you go to someone single class? Okay, let me see. What I learned by single mothers is that they lack the education to know how to properly raise their daughters, even though I'm older than them, even though I have more wisdom than them, even though I told them about my past of me being a fetish gigolo, and they were using me as I was using them. They pay for my services as a babysitter, and they sometimes ask for my advice. I'm their therapist and also their sort of a specialized uh, not gynocentric, but a gynecologist, okay? Because I like to do other things in particular to my field more than other guys out there. I am not like other men. And as I usually say, I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I'll probably take your girl away from you. Okay, so you got to be careful. Watch your mouth, okay? But anyway, the things I used to do in my past, I learned a lot from all of the I say hundreds because there's so many women I can't keep in touch with. The last female I can remember was her name was Dawn, and then it was Charisma and Tree, okay, and Joanne, okay. I can remember those girls mostly because they were specialized females. They were different, okay. But other than that, this is what I learned. When they have children and their daughters, okay, are at stake, I say that the daughters, you have to be overprotective. The first thing I usually say to the mothers is that sometimes the daughters try to hit on me, and I tell the mothers, and the mothers would be like, that's the first thing I realize about females. If an attractive male is around the house, and if I'm honest enough to tell you that your daughter's trying to hit on me, and you laugh at me, I'm not responsible, okay? Okay, I'm no rapist and I'm no pedophile, but I'm just like I see that as an irresponsibility on lots of women's side, and they be like, "Oh, you lying? You think everybody likes you?" I'm like, "Hey, you helping me with services here, so I'm helping you. So I'm trying to tell you, your daughter kind of likes me, so you should talk to your daughter." You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes when they have little kids, because these females are like 16, 18, and 19, and they have them in their houses. Okay, and I say you're the mother. You should make sure that they don't step out of line with you when they get older, because what's going to happen is that they're going to dominate you, and then you have an unexpected pregnancy by some strange guy out there. So I'm just trying to help the sisters out who are single mothers. I don't blame them mostly because they haven't had a father figure. So when I sit there in their house, they see me as someone, just as a cousin, acting cousin, because they're paying me for my services, and they don't listen to me. Okay, most single mothers will not listen to me. I said the first step is taking them out of school. You have fathers. However, I've encountered a few fathers and they're overprotective. The smarter ones take homeschool them. Homeschooling is the most important, vital thing to being a true parent. Because if you graduated from high school, I'm pretty sure your father didn't homeschool you. Most of you haven't been homeschooled. But I see the value in homeschool as the greatest responsibility of all times. And when I hear women, single mothers particularly, having superficial love, they hold their babies with a superficial touch. Like breastfeeding is what most women don't do in America. This is what I learned, okay? And I say, why don't you breastfeed? They don't care. Why don't you homeschool? They don't care. Why don't you watch what your daughters are doing? Because daughters are more susceptible to being peer pressure than anybody else, okay? And including boys, okay? Boys are easier, definitely easier, hands down easier. Because every time I see a female with a daughter, she's bringing strife to the house. Even when I was younger, I had my sister who was younger than me, was bringing strife to the house. She even ran away, and she knew the streets more than I was, and I'm older than her. Okay, so the moral I'm saying is that most women do have superficial love, because if you think about the dark side of it, they actually expose themselves to me all the time. Yeah, so the more babies I get, they told me this many times. The more babies I get, the more cash I get from white daddy. In so many words, they tell me these things, and it's kind of fucked up because some of the females are pedophiles, so they'll kiss their daughters in the mouth or on the mouth, especially when they have sons or something like that. And I think that's inappropriate. You stay away from that mucous membrane area. And I don't think that women or daughters, because if they sucking dick, you don't know what's going on with their kids, and they contract diseases, and they're kissing them with the tongue. And sometimes I tell my wife, okay, don't kiss the daughters on the lips. You got lipstick, that's poison already. You're putting poison in my daughters already. So I know how to handle that. So don't worry about me. I'm okay, because I got shit set up, and I'm the mastermind. But overall, women do most of the time have superficial love, because you take away the children, they seem to be more gravitating towards how is white daddy going to take care of them. If you ask the particular type of questions like, why can't you just give the man is more wiser than you, because you chose the male because he's attractive, but he's supposed to be the head, right? But of course, I told you before, they didn't have a father figure. They didn't have someone to put the foot up the ass, okay? So I'm just going to say it technically like that, okay? And then when I see this happening, I can see how society is falling in within America. And it can probably happen in other countries as well. I believe that if a female don't keep her virginity, she's going to be lost to society and also destroy society as well. It's like two birds with one stone. She loses the value of herself. She loses the value of society. And I'm pretty sure I'm going on the same frequency of Sigmund Freud and shit. I know you guys know. Say, you sound like this person. I said, I know, right? But I use common sense. I said, if women don't know how to value Christian values, okay, society's fucked. Okay, and then I try to take the Bible and use it to show them this is your steps, which you should take. They don't hear that shit. Most women are not Christians. And I said this time and time again, but it's okay. It's okay. They don't value Christian values. They don't even follow the rule. They don't even follow nothing. But if you ask your woman or your wife or whatever girlfriend polygyny is allowed in the Bible. I'm going to tell you that right now. And in order to get a better family, bigger families, Italians thought of this the best. Family is business, okay? So I don't understand where all the beta shit come from, but I understand over time there's too many simps putting value on vagina, because they don't have discipline within Christianity. All religion is a great evil for a greater good. But of course, you have to understand the oligarchies and the bosses from the past, the medieval times, knew that human beings were too animalistic, so they had to create a solution to keep the masses of asses with morality. So they created, from paganism comes religion. Okay, it is a great evil for a greater good because it binds the mind to keep you from exposing yourself. And women pretty much don't care about that. If the child turns out to be a faggot, okay, or a fucking tranny or some shit like that, that's the mother. That's a single mother. That's a single mother syndrome. And what Bill Cosby tried to nipped it in the bud. He tried to like attack the heart of the problem, but he got sent to jail. Okay, you see how that's another subject, but I don't want to go off too far of the topic. Where feminism come from? It comes from black women, and the black women had, since they had no power back in those days, they gave all of the power to Gloria Steinem, and she worked with the CIA. Okay, and of course the white system had their own little things in play, but Gloria Steinem is the head of all of it. So she had the movement going on, and it was given the green light because of the racist individuals or the illuminated ones, you want to call them. But I don't think of themselves as fucking humans. Okay, but other than that, you don't understand what's in this world half the time. Most of you don't. Okay, but stop thinking that human beings in this are the only intelligent beings in this world. Stop, y'all guys. You have to snap out of that. Humans only incubate for 9 months, but there are other races amongst us which is hidden, which is far more superior than our thinking capacities, and they're watching us. But I don't want to get off the subject with that, okay? But other than that, most women, I'm saying most, I never said all in any of my videos. I have clearly said most women, even though I have not encountered most women in the United States, I can get a generalization idea of how most women think. When their time is up, when they're about to hit the wall, they usually look less on the value of the child, only for what the white daddy can. If as a matter of fact, if you take away the benefits of what a child, the benefits they can get, then they wouldn't have children as much. But you already know there's a system in place to allow white women, particularly, to take advantage of the system more than any other race. Okay, and also keep in mind that white women use things more than black women do. Black women are only 6% of the population. Okay, combined with the other 6 to make 12% of African Americans. Understand this: that if you start taking away the welfare and the SNAP and all that stuff, because I never heard of that shit before. I started hearing about that shit in 2013 and shit, and I never really used it. I just like to work and get my retirement money later. But if you tell women you don't get no benefits for having children, their minds will switch, because that Lilith bitch will automatically start getting mature by force. In order for things to work, you have to use a form of force, either indirectly or directly. But right now, the oligarchies and the illuminate ones allow the chaos to occur, because when you have eventual chaos with all of the women having bastard children all the time, what happens is that we'll have a socialist economy. The pathology. I'm thinking about the pathology of things. And when there's women with no discipline and the children are growing up with women or no discipline, then there's this anarchy, this craziness, there's fires and Tifas, okay, the ideology, all of that shit starts to come into fruition, and then the government must step in, okay? That's the plan. And you don't want the government to step its foot in there, because the white gorilla on the edges with their weapons is not enough. It's not going to stop the military. They're already thinking 15 steps ahead of you, and that's a waste of time. And eventually everybody will be forced to do things, because the women in particular are laying with the wrong men. And 9 times out of 10, when you talk to a female about their irresponsibilities, it's not all their fault. It's the mothers of the mothers' faults. But really, definitely, it's God's fault, if you want to blame him, who's truly at fault, okay? Or the illuminated ones, the shapeshifters, if you want to, because they like to see chaos and they like to see stories. They're like the watchers. And Stan Lee, okay, when he created that, I said, yo, he should make a movie on that. But to rest his soul, okay, rest in peace to him, okay. It's sad that what happened to Stan Lee. They killed him just like Michael Jackson, and I'm kind of upset now, man. And too many stories is being left behind. to learn about the perpetual life of this life. But people just like to recycle it and keep letting it go on and on. Every time there's something slightly different. So having children out of wedlock is bad. Women don't care about that. They just care for only their desires and their heat and passion and lust. And when you are with them personally, like I have been with more than you have, they will tell you their deepest and darkest secrets. And I didn't even ask them their personal information. They just tell me their personal information, and then I'm like, damn, this is kind of cruel to the child. Like just over here where I'm at, okay, this lady, okay, she has a mental psychosis. I have a mental psychosis, but mine is more on a positive attribute. Okay, hers, I don't agree with her leaving her children alone in the house and basically smoking around the child or all that other stuff. And those things are bad influences around the child. But what can you do? So I'm telling you by fact, most women are irresponsible and also superficial when it comes to love. When they hold the baby, they're thinking about money. And sorry, it's from my experiences. I said hundreds of women are like this. Now, if lots of women were actually, and then on top of that, I asked them. I said, "What happened?" I always ask, "What happened to the boyfriend?" Oh, he was a drunk. Da, da, da. I said, couldn't you tell your friends that to be careful of guys? Can't you just warn the other sisters not to talk to these type of guys? They don't do that. They never tell sisters. Never. Women don't really like one another. Okay, from experience, they just tell me this shit. I said, why can't you tell another sister or even your daughters, don't mess with the guys that I like to dodge because they're just attractive with no kind of values. And then you have the then they have the nerve to get upset and to become feminists when they can't even discipline themselves. They don't want education. This is why I tell a lot of people, when you're in the hood, get out of the hood as soon as possible. It's about a fad. It's about a fashion. It's about I'm getting a check. Okay, and that's sad because they will never move off their ass. I work, okay? I do things, okay? I do things for my government and my people, okay? People who are interested in education. And that's how people help me because I help them. Now, women, they only help themselves. We're watching Netflix all the time, smoking cigarettes and talking and socializing so much. And then they don't want to teach their daughters anything that they learned from. They have a lot of anger, so they cannot teach. Like I tell my wife, I say, what are you angry for? You're from another country. So that's another subject now. My wife, my ex-wife, I'm going to tell you right now, she wants the golden dream, but it's not as easy as you think it is, okay? She has no family here or nothing like that. She just knows that she can't sleep with nobody. She can't bring nobody around my daughters, okay? So that's out of the question. So she had made a mistake, okay? And I think my wife is really possessed, though. So what can I do, though? And so I had to teach her a lesson that, the Holy Spirit is on my side by using intelligence and wisdom and your lawyers and whatever you can try to scamper up. It's not going to have enough, okay, to help you in your cause because she lied. And when you lie, you get a speedy and death. You die, okay? Snitches leads to ditches, but it's okay. I ain't doing the killing because I'm being monitored 24/7, okay? But anyway, that's all I really wanted to say about mother's superficial love. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Okay, take away the snap, take away all that stuff. There will be no benefits of having children, as I said before. And that's all I really wanted to say. This is 18 minutes, and y'all have a good day. If you have any questions, comments, or insults, or even roast fest, you put it down below. If you need more proof that women have superficial love, okay, just ask. Okay, because most of the time they don't. You can't talk about the fathers because the fathers ain't there. And most of y'all have been raised by single mothers. Peace.